What's happening, Razzballers? Very excited for an episode of the Razzball Fantasy Football Show right here on YouTube. We got bold predictions and crazy calls. One of our most fun episodes of the entire off season. Let's make it happen right now on the Razzball Fantasy Football Show. What's up, everybody? Good evening and welcome back to the Quint Box. Once again, trending for the third out of fourth week. Last week, 3 of us had a bye. But, as they said, parents are out of town. The kids held it down. I only came home to 3 holes in the wall. Nice job, gentlemen. Davey Cruz and Jefferson holding it down. That's Jefferson _ Deuce 1 and Cruiser 120. Gentlemen, I have to stay live on the air. Very, very nice episode. I listened back on it twice to make sure I heard you correctly, and it was absolutely fantastic. So, Jeff, well done hosting, and Cruzy just crushing it for 20 minutes on the solo pod, making it happen. Well done, gentlemen. Anytime you want to make that happen, please do it. Joining me tonight is Matty Styles as well. That's Styles08 and Derek _ Favret as well. Gentlemen, we have many comments already coming through. We have bold predictions. We have crazy calls. I've been doing a version of this episode myself for 7 seasons doing fantasy football here on Razzball. It has been Razzball. We've been doing it for 3 seasons. Very excited to bring this one back. It's always a lot of fun. Style and Favret, I will let you two gloat about your previous picks. We know that's coming around the corner, so feel free to take your time. I think Styles is up like 7 correct calls or something ridiculous. Derek might only have 1 or 2, but one of them broke my heart in a major way because I'm a massive Austin Eckler guy, especially a couple years ago. Drafted him everywhere. Derek told me not to. I did it anyway. Proof is in the pudding. Well done, my man. We have a handful of bold predictions. We got some crazy calls as well. And new to the panel this year, an NFL prediction as well. Where we're going off script from fantasy. We got an NFL prediction also. Gentlemen, good evening. We're going to go around the horn before we do bold predictions and crazy calls. I'll kind of explain the difference a little bit and the NFL team prediction. But first, off script here, I want to go around the horn. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Reintroduce yourself really quick to the panel. And we've all wrapped up or are very close to wrapping up our Razzball drafts. So I'd like to hear just one pick. We haven't done them all. Davey Cruz and Jeff did a lot of theirs, but Matt and Derek and I have not been able to. So not a full roster recap. Just give me one player you were thrilled at any position, any round. You were excited to get Razzball. Now that we're all finished off. Styles, we'll start with you. We'll go to Jeff, Cruz, Derek, and back around the horn. Then we'll get into full predictions and crazy calls. Of course, you can find everything at football.razzball.com, and make sure to subscribe right here to the YouTube channel. Styles, I'll kick it off with you. Who's your favorite pick in Razzball on your squad?
If you would have asked me Saturday afternoon, it would have been a different answer. But come Sunday afternoon, my favorite pick is my Mr. Irrelevant, round 20, Sean Tucker.
Sean Tucker of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I like that. Of course, he's not going to play it because Bucky's going to win the Heisman this year, but I do like the call there. Jefferson, how about you, buddy? Favorite pick in Razzball?
This was an earlier pick, but after seeing his performance in the preseason thus far, it's Trevion Henderson. As a resident rookie man myself, the kickoff return, just big play waiting to happen.
Excellent. I like that one a lot. We'll hear more about Trevion later on. Cruzy, good evening, my man. What's your favorite pick in Razzball?
Well, I'm going to cop out, and I'm going to be pretty happy this year to drag Jahmyr Gibbs, my first pick, kicking and screaming into the pit with me, because I drafted him pretty much in a lot of places when he was a rookie, and it was a roller coaster ride. I kind of wasn't as high on him last year, and he was obviously a stud. This year, I'm hoping he will continue that trend, but that doesn't always happen. That doesn't always fall my way. But I'm looking forward to seeing Jahmyr Gibbs go this year.
Love it. The new Alvin Kamara. I'd love to hear that. Derek, how about you, my man?
Yeah, well, I have Jameer Gibbs too, so I'm going to take a little bit of Dave's love there. But no, the one that actually it's kind of grew on me. I didn't really think about too much about it at the time. Was Cam Ward in the 12th round? Of course, I've got Lamar Jackson as my number one quarterback, so I don't anticipate needing to use Cam Ward. But the more I look at him and watch him on film and just hear the professional quarterback that he's becoming. I'm really liking that pick, even if I only use him just 1 week. I just really love that pick in the 12th round. So that might be a precursor to some of my later drafts. Wait around on quarterback and get someone like Cam Ward, in the 11th, 12th round.
Man, best ball is all about shots in the dark, especially when you get late. I love that. Could see a massive rookie performance, and so far it's minimal, obviously, but looking great in the preseason as well. And don't forget about Calvin Ridley, folks. My favorite one, I'm going to cheat because I can, and technically none of you guys can fire me, so I'm going to go off script here. And I'm going to go with my double stacks. I was real stoked to get a quad stack on accident for the Arizona Cardinals, which is absolutely terrifying. I'm not going to lie to you. But also very exciting before the NFL season starts. So I like the quad stack with the Cardinals and also with the Falcons as well. Penix and Pitts. I know everyone's scared of Pitts again. I'm rolling the dice. I'm going for it. I'm excited about it. I like my preseasons. Give me some Falcons. Give me some Cardinals. I'm going to go with the double stacks that I was able to acquire and accumulate in RazzballNFL. All right, gentlemen, let's get into it. Derek, you're going to handle it behind the scenes here. Styles, I'm going to have you go first. You're going to give us your first bowl prediction, talk it through. We're going to go around the horn real quick. If anybody just has like a, wow, Matt, I totally agree, or what the hell are you talking about? I would love to hear that. Then we're going to go on to Jeff, Dave, and back to Derek, and then myself as well. Styles, without any further ado, the floor is yours.
As I do in most episodes, I'm going to start with the Bears.
Bears.
Nobody else is talking about them, and that's for a reason. They are who they are, right? They're the fourth best team in the NFC North. So for me, my first bold prediction is that Rome Odunze is going to finish with more PPR points than DJ Moore.
Woo. Did anybody here draft Rome Odunze and Razzball by chance? Raise your hand. Nice. 2, 3. Love to hear that, Matt. Love to hear that.
He went too high in my league. He was overdrafted. I didn't get a shot at taking him. Well, I had a shot, clearly, but not where I was willing to draft him.
Matt, we know how you feel about the Bears. We also know how you feel about Huskies. How do you feel about Bears that were Huskies?
I'm fine if I'm right, and I'm fine if I jinx it. So it's a win-win for me.
Nice. Any other comments on Rome Odunze over DJ Moore in Chicago? Sounds like there's not really any disagreement. I like this a lot. Let's see the second-year breakout from Rome Odunze. I like it.
Yeah, he's going off as the 33rd wide receiver in drafts this month at pick 68. So is his average ADP. So that's really good value, I think. I think he's a great selection.
Likewise, get the value while we can. All righty, that's bold prediction number 1. Rome Odunze finishes with more PPR points than DJ Moore. Let's go on here. Cesar, who you got?
All right. I'm keeping with a lot of the Cam Ward love here. But I'm going to spin it a little bit. And my bold prediction is Calvin Ridley is a top 10 receiver this season.
Let's go. Let's turn back the clock for the OG. I like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm just looking just kind of at the preseason game and just the roster the Titans have. Ridley is clearly the number 1 target, and he's not really competing against anybody. A bunch of rookies, and Tyler Lockett. So I'm not too concerned about that. I think that Brian Callahan drafting Cam Moore is going to get back to what he was more like in Cincinnati, in which he was one of the top passing teams. And I see him going back to that. And in those seasons, he had Jameer Jamar Chase, but he finished top 11 two times, but I think this time Ridley will be in the top 10. And looking after the first preseason game, he caught 3 passes for 50 yards in the second drive with Cam Ward. So, and then digging into our Razzball tools we have, remember they're free for everybody to check out. Ridley averaged more points and losses, and Vegas only has him winning 5.5 games. So I see a lot of fourth quarter comeback games and a high scoring affair for the Titans.
Jeff using the tools. I like to see that. Once again, available at football.razzball.com. Any of our tools, and that's an interesting stat. We all want guys on high-powered offenses looking to score a lot of points. Folks, don't forget, fantasy points are fantasy points. Those of you that quote-unquote hate garbage time, why? If it happens against you, I get it. We get bitter. That sucks. I totally understand. But it happens for you as well. So when you have guys that are trailing all the time, Jacoby Myers or whatever, getting 7 receptions in the fourth quarter alone, those points matter. I like this a lot. Calvin Ridley, top 10 wide receiver. And Jeff, I have to ask the fans out there, because nobody plays not PPR anymore. Is this for all formats?
All formats. I think Ridley's the man this year. Yeah, you can get him real cheap this year.
A lot of receptions too. I like to hear that. All right, we got Rome Odunze and Calvin Ridley on the board. Davey, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to a team I expect to be high scoring on both sides of the ball. I'm going to go down to the state of Texas, to the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm looking for a big bounce back year for Dak Prescott. And I think he's going to be a top 6 fantasy quarterback this year. He's been there before. Usually when he's healthy, he's a QB1, and 2 of the last 5 years he's been in the top 3. They've got a super tandem of wide receivers in CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. I love Jake Ferguson as a bounce back tight end with Cam staying healthy. Their running game doesn't really impress me much. I'm not really a big fan of either Javonte Williams or Miles Sanders, and I know people love Jadon Blue, but I think he's pretty much the speed guy. He's not going to. I don't think he's going to get a ton of carries as a rookie. And as far as their defense goes, I think the offense is going to need to score a ton of points. I think the defense relies on big plays, and I think they're probably going to give up a ton of points this year. So I think as long as Dak Prescott stays healthy, I think he's going to be a top 6 fantasy quarterback.
I like it. Again, Dak hasn't been healthy for a full season in quite a while. And before he broke his foot a couple years ago, he was on pace to shatter all sorts of records in that offense. Obviously, it went upside down in a hurry, but we'll see if Dak can get back to early career. Cowboys are really, CeeDee Lamb, but Cowboys are I don't know. I'm not drafting any Cowboys so far. Prescott, Rome Odunze, Calvin Ridley. I like it. Derek?
Yeah, it's funny because we don't talk about these before the show at all. But my first poll prediction looks a lot like the last one. So I have Dak Prescott as a top 6 fantasy quarterback as well.
That's hilarious.
Literally for the exact same reasons that Dave just mentioned. I think like you said, CeeDee Lamb is CeeDee Lamb, but adding George Pickens is really going to make a difference in this offense. I think, even that brings Tolbert even into play as a late round flyer as well. And Jake Ferguson should benefit as well. But, again, Dave mentioned, lack of a strong running game, and the fact that they're probably going to be playing from behind, really just gives me the thought that Dak Prescott is going to be slinging the ball. And, last year was kind of a lost year for him, but if you go to the year before, where his volume of passes was high, he was a top 3 quarterback. And there's really nothing right now that tells me he can't go back to that, in this offense, with those weapons. So yeah, I have Dak Prescott as the top 6 quarterback.
It's funny. It's funny when Bob and I did shows last year together. We hit on the same points a bunch. So it's good to see. It's good to see I'm taking the Bob role on the show.
Yeah, I won't put him above, Lamar and Josh and Jaden, and Burrow and Mr. Tush Push. But after that, I think there's a very good chance that he could be right there. So I have him at 6. I couldn't go any further than 6, but I have him at 6.
I love it. That's really cool that you guys double up on the same player, and we'll see what happens. I mean, you're getting major value on Dak now too, because everybody's scared away. People aren't really vibing with the Cowboys right now because they're not vibing with themselves. So Dak is another one of those like sneak attack QB1s you can draft as a QB2, and massive upside game to game, obviously in the dome.
And you can really, you're talking about stacks, Guy. You can really stack him. I mean, not necessarily. I mean, you could with CeeDee Lamb if you get one of the early picks, but you could stack Prescott and George Pickens pretty easily, in any draft. I mean,
And
Prescott's going about 93 overall, and Pickens was. I just saw him when we were talking about the other guys. He's at 64. So yeah, you could certainly. Get Pickens early or earlier, and then just come back and wait on Dak and get a nice little stack there.
Yeah,
I like that
I see a lot of the mobile quarterbacks, even the guys like Drake May and Bo Nix going ahead of Prescott in drafts.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm in a large guillotine draft right now, and that's actually one of the strategies that I'm contemplating. Because I'm on the 17-18 turn. I'm at the very end, so I might. I'm setting myself up for that possibility, stacking those two.
Before we move on, I'm in the same camp as y'all.
Uh-oh. Did you have Drake as well? Look at that.
Top 5.
Holy shit.
Shit you not, fellas.
I've got a bold prediction. Maybe one of us will hit on a different point in the next one.
Yeah.
Do you have any other reasons why, other than what we've stated, do you have any other reasons to think that he's going to be there?
Yeah, I was looking back all his finishes in odd years. He has finished as a top 8 quarterback, 23 QB3, 21 QB8, and 19 QB2. So 25, why not keep that trend going? Maybe he's fully healthy this year. So it makes me believe. And like y'all said, no running game, going to have to rely on the passing attack, which is going to directly fall on him. And we're looking at his receivers with the addition of George Pickens. Cowboys are one of 4 teams that have a receiver. They have 2 receivers in the top 30 being drafted in fantasy right now. The other teams being the Bengals, the Rams, and the Lions. So for drafting his receivers, he's got to do well as well. So it doesn't seem too far-fetched to think he's top 5 this year.
Yeah, so I have to know, which of the top 5 quarterbacks does he surpass in your mind?
I think it's going to be Jalen Hurts. I think the Eagles kind of regress a little bit. Okay. But the O-line banged up right now as we're seeing. Saquon, is he going to be really Saquon again after all those touches? I think maybe. And then I've seen a lot of analysis where they rank in these quarterbacks. Hurts is always on the back end of the top tiers. A lot of executives don't really think his arm is all that. And so if they've got to start passing a lot more, I don't know if Jalen Hurts is really that guy and has to rely on his rushing to get his fantasy scores. Just throwing it out there.
At least 3 of us will look like geniuses at the end of the year.
Never know.
Wow. Interesting. I'm not doing QB rankings here. I haven't even looked at it, to be honest with you. But I don't think I have Dak top 6. But I like it a lot. That's what we're doing. Bold predictions. Well done, gentlemen. So 3 of you. That's awesome. And Jeff jumping the gun on round 2 just because it makes sense. I like it a lot. All right. Well, I'll stick with the quarterback. It's not Dak Prescott. So Cowboy fans can take a breather here. My first bold prediction, I got to throw another shout out to the Huskies. I'm going to go Michael Penix is top 12 QB. Right now, he's a quarterback 24. I'm not going to say this is easy. It's a bold prediction for a reason. But Michael Penix, the last game of the season last year, I get it, week 18, a lot of guys aren't starting. But the Falcons and the Panthers in week 18 had no reason to sit anybody. And he was QB7 on the week, 312 yards, 2 tutties. We know Drake London, went nuclear that week. I expect a massive, massive season from Drake London. And Kyle Pitts. I'm serious. Jokes aside, I just feel like it's kind of a rebirth with him with some new blood. I really do believe that he's going to have a great season this week as well. I did not put him in bold predictions, but he certainly could be one. And then Bijan Robinson, who's kind of the consensus running back one, and we know that he can do that through the air as well. They have other weapons. Darnell Mooney's not even healthy right now. He'll come back. I think the Falcons are going to surprise, and that starts with Michael Penix. I go with him as a QB12. QB1, that is, top 12 QB right now. Getting him as a back-end QB2. To me, that's a steal all day long in the late rounds, especially if you wait.
I dig it.
It's bold.
It's bold.
Any just blatant objections?
Nope.
No, I just drafted him in like the 14th round of the draft. So I'd love to have a top 12 quarterback as my QB2.
He had some pretty serious injuries in college, so he's one of those quarterbacks that can run. Like Justin Herbert doesn't get credit for running because he doesn't run in the NFL. He ran a lot in college, and was very good at it. Michael Penix can run. I don't think they're going to let him, and he won't. So that's not really a thing. So that generally keeps quarterbacks out of the top 5, 6, 8 range because rushing quarterbacks just have such an advantage.
Caps the ceiling.
It does cap the ceiling, but of the non-running quarterbacks, I could see him being upper echelon of those guys. Matthew Stafford. I don't know if Bo Nix is there yet, but I could see it happening. Justin Herbert, maybe. Joe Burrow obviously is elite, but some of those other guys that don't run, I could see Penix being in that group, which is, to me, top 12. So that's where my bold prediction comes to play. All right. Bold predictions around the horn here. We got Rome Odunze outpacing DJ Moore. We have Dak Prescott, top 6 or 5 quarterback, all around the horn there. And Trevion Henderson, get a name for himself as well. And then I have Michael Penix as well. Let's get into round 2. Before we do that, let's check the comment section real quick. I want to give a verbal shout out to Goldman, who was in my Razzball division. We had a lot of chat in the sidebar. Appreciate that. Bob was really good at calling me out for my auto drafts, and I appreciate that, Bob. We should all be called out for auto drafts, and Dave kept my name off the record, which I also appreciate, and his holiday bonus is in the mail as we speak for not calling out the boss. But the app situation, I couldn't use anything on my phone, period. It just wasn't working. So I had to make all my picks in Razzball in my computer. But like some people, I have a job and a life, and I was only able to do that every other day, which was a disaster. So, Bob, shout out and thank you. And Jamie, we're not crazy yet, but we're on our way to get crazy. Always appreciate you tuning in as well. And to all the other listeners right now tuning in, I want to give a quick shout out. We have one, and it might already be filled, spot in the G League, the Gaming League for Razzball. And we have a few left in the Listener League. So if you're very interested in being in one of those, make sure you mention it below, and we can maybe take care of that for you. We have drafts coming up, so make sure you let us know immediately if that's something you're interested in. All right, let's go into round 2 here. Jeff, you're off the clock in round 2. Feel free to get a glass of milk. You know what I'm saying? Water the garden, take the pup for a walk, whatever you'd like to do. You are out for round 2. Dak Prescott, QB1. We heard you loud and clear. Styles, you're on the clock. Round 2 of bold predictions. What do you got?
Rookie wide receiver discussion, bold prediction. Emeka Egbuka plus Matthew Golden will outpace Tetaroa McMillan plus Travis Hunter in a PPR.
Can we get a live, or Matt, can we come back to you for ADPs currently on these? I think I love, you do this every year and you always stick it, and I love these. It makes the most sense if you have the ADP comparison, right? Because that's where the values come in.
I think Matt's got the lower. I think Matt's got the lower guys ranked ahead of the higher guys.
He does. He always does, and I love that. I just want to get the actual numbers so we can piece them out. If you wouldn't mind, if we can come back to you in a bit, rally those up, please. Let us know. You do it every year, and I think you're 2 for 2 or 3 for 3 on this. So I love it. Emeka is an automatic for me. I was talking to Jeff in another Dynasty rookie draft I had recently. He got sniped right before me, so I missed out, but he's an automatic, especially Godwin out right now. And then Matthew Golden, shout out to our Packers fans in the audience, may or may not have been missed by me as well. But the other two are getting more of the hype, so I like this a lot. Jeff, with you, you don't have a bold prediction in this round because you already gave it to us, but you're our rookie consultant. Quick thoughts on this in general.
It's very bold. I disagree with one, but I can see this happening. But I do like one of the guys he doesn't like a little bit more, and there's no bias there. I promise. And I'll get to that later.
McMillan and Hunter are 28.
Breaking news.
Matt picks a Packer. Breaking news. Matt picks a Packer.
Doesn't happen often.
Predictions. In his bold predictions.
I'm immediately gonna get Matt off the hook here. The Packers haven't drafted a wide receiver in the first round since I've been alive, I'm pretty sure. We'd have to check the stats. But the entire career of Aaron Rodgers, you're like, you know what, dude? Jordy Nelson's probably good. Devontae Adams is probably good. And the other 30 guys that we missed on are probably good, not in the first round. So now that he's got a guy, let him enjoy it, Derek. Jeez. It's kind of a low blow, not gonna lie.
And I led with a bear.
Hey man, Matt, you know what? Matt's shown a lot of maturity this season. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, he's really shown a different side of him so far.
Well, that's because the junior's not sitting in the top chair.
If he was really bold, he could have picked the Viking.
No, there's no Vikings to pick. Not rookies.
He does have Jake Reed on his RazzballNFL team, though.
I do. McMillan is wide receiver 28. Hunter is 31. Golden is 42. Ibuka is 48.
Yeah.
So I'm shocked Ibuka's still that low.
If you want to be bold, be bold. If you want to play by the rules, then you take the two higher ranked guys. I go out on a limb. That's what I do.
I like this straight up. I like Travis Hunter a lot, obviously. But if he's really going to play both sides of the ball, I think it's going to be hard for him to be as elite as a wide receiver. Not elite, like higher than these other guys.
And by the way, if I don't hit this, nobody will remember. When I do hit it, you'll never forget.
Actually, true story. Before you guys came on, we were going through these, and Matt's banners from last year's predictions were still in here. And we reviewed those, and he actually hit on 2 of them. 2 of the 4 he hit on. So
tell him the one I didn't hit on.
No, I erased that to save you from the embarrassment.
It's pretty bad.
Fair enough.
That was a crazy call.
That was a bad prediction.
That's why we do it. Matt's bold prediction was that Baker Mayfield wouldn't finish as a QB1, and he did, and so it didn't work out, unfortunately.
Yeah. And by the way, I have a couple of extra. If you want to, I have 2 more, and that'll cover Jeff, who's out already. And then one of them is for the host. So let me hit you with the last 2.
Whoa.
Yeah, this will be quick. I'll be quick. Garrett Wilson finishes outside the top 24.
Dave's not going to like to hear that. Dave doesn't want to hear that.
I don't think it's going to be close to 24.
Oof.
And the other one, because Sky was on time tonight, there it is. Just revel in that.
Man, Ricky P, top 15. Seems a little low to me, Matt, but I do appreciate it. Holiday bonus headed your way as well. Good work.
Well, that's what Bob said, and we never saw a holiday bonus.
Yeah, I'm not Bob. And that's a Ricky Pearsall shout out. So nice job.
Pearsall, top 15 wide receiver. Garrett Wilson outside the top 24, never fields.
Man, even in New Jersey for no reason. I love it. All right. Jeff already went with the Dak Prescott top 5, trying to one-up the boys. I like to see that. We like to keep it competitive here. Davey Cruz, you're up. Number 2, bold prediction.
Okay, my bold prediction number 2 is the position about the position I cover, and it's not a guy that's going to blow the lid off anything, but I think as long as Matt Stafford stays out of a wheelchair, I think Tyler Higbee's going to have a pretty good bounce back year, and I see him as at least a top 20 tight end in fantasy, mid tight end 2, maybe even a little bit higher. He's a guy that usually gets when he's healthy, he usually gets a lot of targets, and he had a couple of games last year coming back, and he came back quicker from his injury than a lot of people did. He had a knee injury in the 2023 postseason, and he was playing again before the end of this regular season, and he had a pretty good game in the playoffs. So I think Tyler Higbee's being very much underdrafted this year. I was looking on some of the rankings I was seeing, and they have him as like a low tight end 3. I think maybe Terrence Ferguson might be the future in Los Angeles, but I don't think the future is now. I think Higbee's going to be the guy, and I think Matt Stafford trusts him a lot. So I think Tyler Higbee's going to have a pretty good bounce back.
You've seen Higbee drafted once, and that was in Scott Fishbowl.
Yeah, he didn't get drafted in my division in RazzballNFL.
Yeah. You're muted, Sky.
I like it. Keep it bold, baby. That was
Yeah, there's a lot of fish to feed there on the Rams, but I do agree. I think Matt Stafford does like Higbee, and he's got good hands. So there's a chance that this one comes through. But I say it is a bold prediction. There's a lot of greedy hands out there waiting to catch that football.
I like it a lot. Good work. All right, Derek, you're up. Number 2, bold prediction.
Yeah, I'm going back to the rookie well, so I'll bring in our rookie expert here in a minute to get his opinion. But my second bold prediction is Omarion Hampson will be a top 10 fantasy running back above Ashton Genty. So Ashton Genty getting all the rookie love because of the volume there. But I have actually Omarion Hampton to be above him at the end of the season and a top 10 fantasy running back. So
I think top 10's not bold. Above Genty is bold.
Well, pair them together and I'll take what I can get. But
we'll parlay that bet. I
mean, Najee Harris is there. He's already injured. We know that script. I think Omarion's going to have every opportunity to run with this on a good team that really needs to win early. So if he can come out of the gates pretty fast, he can take the majority role in this offense. I like this even better before they lost their Pro Bowl offensive lineman to the season-ending injury the other day. But still, I'm going to stick by it.
At least it wasn't a guard.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I'm sticking by it. Omarion Hampson, top 10 fantasy running back, above Ashton Genty when it's all said and done.
Jeff,
and I'm going to throw the sweetener on it. He's a Rookie of the Year finalist.
Man.
Spicy. I like it.
Any Justin Herbert fans out there?
You are.
Oh, Jeff, thoughts?
Yeah, no, I was actually considering a bold prediction similar to this myself, actually.
Breaking
so
news.
I don't think it's too.
Amari Hampton, RB1.
No. I did think about that honestly though, but no, I do. I like it a lot. I wonder just kind of how good the Raiders are going to be this year with the new staff and just kind of how it all plays out. I think Amari goes to a better system. So it's bold, but I think it's very valuable though that it happens.
Okay,
My
real quick. Broncos win the AFC West. Chiefs are in second, obviously. Chargers or Raiders third?
Chargers.
And I might even amend my bold team prediction later to say the Chiefs finish third in the West.
Give it to me. Absolutely give it to me.
I might.
I'm all in.
It's not there, but you brought it up. I can see us. I mean, how many games did they win last year, by less than 7 points?
Win.
All
look at Derek going out a W bomb out on the.
That's right. So you take half of those and make those losses, they're in third place in the West.
You guys ever see the graphics that go on social media where it literally just inverts all of the records at the end of a season or something like that? So it has like all the bad teams really good, like the 2-15 team is 15-2 and blah blah blah. It's like like the Giants, yeah. Or it has like in one score games, if all the one score games were the different outcome, what would happen? And the Chiefs were like 29th in the NFL. If their one score games just went the other way, the ones that they won, they lost, which obviously we know is like one possession or two or a field goal or whatever. So that'll be really interesting. We'll see what happens. I like that a lot.
Well, at least, Sky, they didn't copy each other this time. At least they did. They came with their own stuff this time. Good on you guys.
Don't be a hater.
Original, gentlemen.
If Derek went for Tyler Higbee, I'd be sweeping my place for bugs.
You guys are doing great with the not copying this time. Good for you. Yay.
Don't be a hater. You can revel in our success later.
That's true.
We'll bring you along.
I wasn't sure if that was is that the gas? You guys are all three of you have gas too.
It's a virus, Matt. Be careful. We're gonna get flagged here. Let's be easy. All right. Bold prediction number 2 for your boy. Turning back the clock. Alvin Kamara returns to greatness. I put him at number 10, which I actually think will happen for sure. And I was like, that's not bold. So I made it number 6 because that's where he ended up in his rookie season when he was behind Adrian Peterson and Mark Ingram. He came out of nowhere as the RB3 on his own team, and he won people a bunch of leagues in 2017. I understand they're down offensive linemen. I understand they don't have a quarterback. I understand Chris Olave might not be Chris Olave. I just don't – like, Taysom Hill's not playing this year. And if he does, it's an accident. The only reason Alvin Kamara hasn't been the best running back in the NFL for the last 3 years is Taysom Hill. I could see him being just fine, scoring enough. His 80 to 90 receptions, not targets. He'll get over 600 to 700 receiving yards. His touchdowns will inflate back to normal. I think he's being severely underdrafted, RB15, which actually has gone up in the last month. I just did an article about 2 weeks ago. He was RB24. Now he's RB15, so thankfully that's corrected itself. But in PPR leagues, I'm going to get Alvin Kamara back in the top 6 as my bold prediction. Realistic prediction for me is top 10. I'm drafting him everywhere I possibly can as my RB2 or 3. His value is ridiculous. Give me AK-41 back at the top.
Quick quiz. Since he's become the starter, what's the lowest overall running back he's finished? What number?
Oh, I think it was like overall on the season. I think it's top 12. I'm going to go 10.
The lowest he's finished since he's become the starter was 8.
In PPR.
PPR.
That's the only way we play, Dave. Well, come on now. We're not playing by Bob's rules.
This isn't Mike Colbert rules.
Yeah, Bob played kickers and defense leagues only.
But at least
Bob drafted the Jacksonville kicker 3 days ago.
He's got a leg. Yeah,
Come on now.
And to think that it won't go down in any record books. It's ridiculous.
It absolutely should. Absolutely should. It was a nuke by 4 yards. Alvin Kamara, top 6. Anybody object? I mean, obviously ridiculous in top 6, but a bounce.
Derek, do you have your new background ready to go?
No, I don't.
Okay. So let the fellas know where you and I in our championship season drafted our first running back, what round and what his name was.
Well, I can tell you the name. I can't tell you the round. Let's go on into it.
I can tell you the round.
All right, go ahead.
Round 6, Alvin Kamara was our running back 1.
Let's go.
Yeah. And you all know how that turned out, by the way.
Yeah. Hold on. In case that you didn't know.
Holding the trophy.
Of course. That's shiny.
Oh, it's shiny. It's big. Oh, yeah. It's a big one.
Nice.
I was told that my wife said size doesn't matter when this came in the mail. That's what she told me.
Not true. I don't care what size the trophy is, dude. That's a big deal. Good for you, man.
Yeah. I wish I could wear it around my neck, but my neck.
Hold that up one more time, Matt.
You want to see it again?
Yeah, one more time. Just for good. Since I didn't get to store it, during the off season.
Man, is that a two-hander?
I'm not spending $70 to mail it today.
Awesome.
I
like it. Bold prediction.
We go back to back. I'll mail
two.
it to him.
Alvin Kamara, top 6. Give me his value all day long. I love it. All right, gentlemen. Next round is we're going into crazy call mode. People might be thinking at home, what the hell is a crazy call? Yes, I did make this up years ago. Because when you hear bold prediction on certain networks, which we don't name because we're friends with everybody, they're like, bold prediction, Alvin Kamara catches 26 passes. And you're like, dude, that's not bold. But they don't want to be wrong. That's more what it's about, right? We're about being right and winning people leagues with value. So a bold prediction is Alvin Kamara bouncing back to form on a horrible team. A crazy call would be if I said Alvin Kamara leads the league in touchdowns and is RB1. Both probably very unrealistic, but it's a crazy call based on something. So crazy call is an extra level or 2 of sauce. Whatever whatever flavor you'd like, an extra level or 2 of sauce is a crazy call. So take your bold predictions, add some sauce, add a little more sauce, make it a crazy call. Styles, you have first. What's your first crazy call?
All right. I hope everybody's sitting down. Christian McCaffrey.
I stand during podcast.
Christian McCaffrey and Bucky Irving finish running back 1-2.
Let's go, dude. That's another holiday bonus for you. That's 2 in one episode. Unheard of. Who's feeding the ducks? Let's go. Oh, man. I mean, pop quiz. Christian McCaffrey didn't go to Oregon, but he did. He was best college football player in the Pac-12 or Pac-10, I believe.
Pac-10.
Man, Stanford was sick. I love
Who's
it.
the better all-time athlete at Stanford? Eldrick Woods or Christian McCaffrey?
Wow. Nice drop.
John Elway.
Or John Elway. Interesting.
I mean, athlete, it's not even close. Quarterbacks are not I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. Player, maybe. John Elway is not close to the athlete. I get it. He played baseball. I understand. He's not Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey as a kick returner alone would have made the NFL. Dude is absolutely phenomenal. I love it. Christian McCaffrey and Bucky Irving 1 and 2. That means all of my fantasy football teams are going to be winning championships. Matt, I appreciate it. Your award, extra large, is in the mail. Well done. Jeff, you're back on the clock.
I'm back.
Well done. You're out of the penalty box. Crazy call number 1. Go for it.
Ready to go. You'll like this one, Sky. Crazy call.
Guys.
The Falcons will have 4 players in the top 10 of their respective positions. So Michael Penix, top 10. Bijan, top 10. Drake London, top 10. And then lastly, I'm back on the train. Kyle Pitts in the top 10.
Let's go. Man.
He's back. Jeff is drunk on Kyle Pitts.
I'm back.
Jeff,
Oh, it's
real
gotta
quick.
feel-
Never
didn't
never
ask-
pits, but I'm on.
I
It's
love
gotta
it. I
feel
never.
like
I didn't. I didn't ask you to rehearse. I'm putting you on the spot, but Jeff, I have to see your best Dirty Bird live on camera right now. Nice, not bad, not bad. Jamal Anderson's all about it. Good work. I agree.
That is-
all right.
So just
That
a
is
pop quiz.
That is daytime strip club dirty.
So
When the C team is trying to get, they're getting rolls of nickels thrown at them.
Hey man, you got to pay the bills. Whatever.
It's legal tender.
It all adds up.
Yep.
Jeff, who you got?
no, so when I was looking back to see how often this happened, I found 7 instances of this actually occurring since 2009. Can y'all recall any team that had 4 players finish in the top 10?
Rams, Bengals.
Nope.
No, neither one of them.
Remember, I didn't find the Rams, so I can further get back to you on that one, but neither one of
Way
those
to
teams.
Show
Really?
on turf.
Early Cup, Woods, and Stafford.
49ers.
You got to remember the tight
That
end
was
as
on the
well,
line.
top 10.
The Lions last year.
Yeah, the Lions done it back-to-back years, surprisingly, which
Nice.
I was kind of shocked by that. But yeah,
Give me the Eddie Lacy Packers.
I did look at them. They did not make it.
Ooh,
A-Rod got hurt that year. Eddie Lacy went off.
2009.
That was the
Chargers?
Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, Edgerrin James and
No,
Marvin
no, not Edgerrin.
Joseph
Harris.
Adai.
Marshall Faulk.
No.
Joe Adai. Yep.
Joe Adai.
None of the Drew Brees years in New Orleans made it, huh?
I did not see them.
That's
So
wild.
2 Lions, 1 Colts. Is there a 4th one?
Yeah, so the 2010 Falcons did it with Tony G as the tight end. Roddy White, Michael Bernard-Turner, Matt Ryan.
Roddy White's sick.
The 2013 Broncos
That
with
makes sense.
Orange
Eric
Julius. No, it was actually Demarius Thomas.
The 50,
Peyton.
the 55 touchdown Peyton Manning
Mhm.
year.
And then
Is that Monte Ball?
for the running back?
Yeah.
No Sean Moreno.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I then also found the 2014 Cowboys.
Okay. That one just doesn't seem fancy to me.
Yeah,
All right.
and then the last one was the 2017 Chiefs. Can you name the quarterback?
Alex Smith.
Al Smith.
Yeah.
Trent Green.
Trent Green.
I was going to go Elvis Gerbach, but that was a little too far.
Joe Montana.
Steve
Oh, my
Bono.
God. Should have won another
Bono.
Super Bowl. Don't get me started. Nice, Jeff. I like that a lot. Good stats, dude. Good numbers. Good numbers tonight. So the Falcons are absolutely elite, folks. Make sure you draft everybody you possibly can. I like that a lot. And don't forget about Devonta Freeman. Kevin Coleman. All right. Let's move on. Dave, crazy call.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to step up my crazy game next year. I only have Chuba Hubbard as a top 12 fantasy running back in PPR. I know he's got to leapfrog a few people, but I'm looking at some of the guys that had a ton of volume last year, and except for Bijan, Saquon, Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs, they haven't fared too well the year after a 300 touch season in the past. So there's some opportunity for some leapfrogging there, and some of the guys ahead of him. He's currently like number 19, I think I saw. And some of the guys ahead of him, like Kyron Williams, Alvin Kamara, James Conner, and Kenneth Walker are certainly guys that can get hurt and have in the past. But he's going to need a lot of things to break his way to get up that high. but I do think he's going to probably have the volume to at least challenge. I think I like him better than running back 19, that's for sure. And I think he can challenge as a running back 1 in 12-team leagues. One of the other guys that's ahead of him that, let me put it this way, Brian Matthews put me out on Chargers rookie running backs forever. So, hopefully you're right about Marion Hampton, Derek, but a rookie running back just kind of makes me nervous. So I see several guys that Chuba Hubbard can leapfrog, and I think he's going to have the volume to climb that ladder if some of those guys fall down.
Ryan Matthews is a phenomenal drop. Nice. Pop quiz. Which rookie Chargers running back drafted high in the NFL had 0 touchdowns as a rookie, then became a fantasy elite Hall of Famer?
Tomlinson.
Natron Mead.
No.
Danny Woodhead?
This guy
No.
0 touchdowns as a rookie, and he played all the time. Chargers became very good. Very good. Recent enough. Nothing.
You stumped the panel.
Wisconsin.
Oh,
Ron Dang.
Melvin Gordon?
Melvin Gordon, not score as the rookie, and he played, I believe, 14 or 15 games.
I had forgotten that too, man. I didn't remember that he didn't score as a rookie.
And then he became Melvin Gordon for 5 years or whatever with the Chargers.
He scored a ton of touchdowns at Wisconsin, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They had a run of running backs. Unbelievable. Love that. All right, let's move on here. Derek, what do you got for your crazy call?
Yeah, I'm going to drop a grenade in here because I think a couple of you guys aren't going to be very happy to see this one. But Tyreek Hill, outside the top 30 wide receiver. This is akin to my, aforementioned call from a couple years ago when a top player was outside. I think I was a running back outside the top 25. I think that was the call at the time. So this is my call this year.
Remember, Derek. Thanks.
Yes, Tyreek Hill outside the top 30. He's already dealing with an oblique injury. He had the wrist injury last year, wrist surgery in the offseason. He's just not getting separation anymore. I mean, last year, his yards per catch average was the lowest of his career, 3.6. He was averaging almost over 4.5 in every year previous, and he was down to 3.6. And then you throw in the fact that Tua and his concussion risk. I mean, it's imperative for Tyreek Hill to have Tua behind center, and if that if that creeps up again and he misses time, then that we saw it directly affects Tyreek Hill, especially last year. So I'm out on Tyreek Hill, and I think he's just going to, just like some of the other boisterous wide receivers we've seen in the recent past who tend to flame out spectacularly. I think this is another case. We've seen the best of Tyreek Hill, and it's all downhill from here.
I hate it, Derek. Not good at all.
There's my grenade.
Pop quiz.
Sky, let's act like there's nobody else in the room. Why does Derek trend negative?
It's just a personality thing. So some people do that. It's fine. He's a good guy. I like Derek a lot. Who doesn't like Derek? You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
But
weird.
Some people just look for the negatives and things.
It's a crazy call.
It's a crazy call. Pop quiz.
It is crazy.
Who was wide receiver 30 in PPR last season?
It's got to be Tyreek Hill.
Young buck. No, Tyreek was 18, playing horrendously.
Number 30 last year was Jawan Jennings.
No, Jawan was higher than that.
Jalen Waddle.
Xavier Worthy?
No. Let's just say Matt had a bold prediction or crazy call about him. He's in one of my stacks for Razzball.
Marvin.
Marvin, wide receiver 30. Now, last year, Marvin Harrison, do you think of as like, yeah, I want that guy on my team, even though he underachieved, or are you disappointed? Because that's what Tyreek Hill would be if he's wide receiver 30.
I would happily take Marvin Harrison's numbers for Tyreek Hill this year. Happy to take him.
Really? I would be, but it's draft capital again. Because, I mean, you're still drafting Tyreek in what, third round?
Right. You draft him as a wide receiver 1 or borderline 1-2, and if you roster him as your wide receiver 3, then you can take that risk. But if you're drafting him as a wide receiver 1 or at the 1-2, you're going to be disappointed.
I will draft him at the discount. I will not draft him as a top 2 receiver for sure.
Yeah, top 30 wide receiver is still going to be a wide receiver 3, equivalent. So, which is not unplayable, but it's definitely not the draft capital if you're going to draft him in the second round or early third.
Nobody would feel moderately okay with Tyreek Hill being. Marvin Harrison's a rookie, and you're disappointed, but he still put up good numbers. It just wasn't consistent. You're not drafting Tyreek Hill at all this season, and him finishing 30 and you having bile left in your stomach.
Yeah, he's being drafted as wide receiver 15 right now in NFC drafts at 32, pick 32.
Yeah, that's rough. I mean, I feel like that's where we're kind of at with the age and everything with these guys. Derek, you mentioned all the cases for it, but all these dudes that fall off, nobody expects them to actually do it, and then they do it, and it's like, oh, shit, how did we not see that coming? So, once again, Derek, I hope you're horrendously wrong on this for a number of reasons. But
well, you've got enough Falcons on your rosters, you'll be fine.
Yeah, no, Darnell Mooney is obviously going to be better than Tyreek Hill. I'm just saying in general for him to finish 30 is pretty wild. Yeah. All right, crazy call it is.
Ray McLeod may be better than Tyreek Hill this year.
Heyo, see, Dave. Now that's
squad.
Going crazy. Good work.
Yeah.
Now you bounce back yourself right there. Way to make up for it. Good work, my man.
There you go.
You're back in good graces. All right, folks. This one to shout out to Jefferson personally. Like there's nobody else in the room. Crazy call. Travion Henderson is this year's James White, and he's top 5 running back, average ADP right now in PPR leagues. Running back 20. Get it. Kick return for the touchdown, first touch of the career. I love to see that. Pass catching is back, and it's cool in New England. James White is one of my favorite running backs nobody cares about of all time. And I could see Travion Henderson being that guy. I'm not worried about anybody else that's going to touch the ball, including Stephon Diggs and Ramondre Stevenson and anybody else in New England. So give Travion like 400 touches. I think this kid's going to be incredible. Top 5 is a crazy call, obviously, but I think he's severely underdrafted. Most of us have him on our Razzball teams. Love me some Travion. He's going to be my rookie standout running back this year. I know that. Jeff agrees. Anybody else?
Love it.
He's got a lot of helium right now. I don't know. That's a pretty crazy call for me.
I hope you're right.
Likewise. All right, let's get back around the horn here. We got crazy calls. We're up in an hour. None of us are worried about it. I know it's bedtime. Some of us haven't even eaten dinner. But let's get through crazy calls, round 2, and then we'll get to our NFL predictions. Styles, you're back on the clock.
All right, this one is similar to Jefferson's Falcons call. It's exactly the same but different. The Bengals will have the quarterback 1, the running back 5, the wide receiver 1, the wide receiver 10, and still finish behind the Ravens in their division.
Wow. Now that's a parlay, folks. You feel good about it. You feel great. You feel great. You feel great. You feel great. And just to make a little more money, you throw in the ultra bump. Man, Styles living large with a 5 pick. Not that we condone gambling, but that's a hell of a parlay.
Just crazy enough to work.
That's got to be a plus 1,100 or so.
No,
Matt,
I don't I rely on other people to look that up for me.
Matt, can I get a Yoshivas top?
Yeah, you might be a little high on Andre Yoshivas there.
Watch what happens when Chase
Like a reach.
goes down and T. Higgins finishes number 1. Yoshivas is in at number 10.
Give it to
There
me.
you go. There
Give
you
it to
go.
me.
Joe Burrow will send receivers to the Hall of Fame.
Now we don't have a defense. That's the problem. Does anybody realistically think the Bungles could win the division?
That's not a problem. That's great that they don't have a defense.
It's good for fantasy. Good for fantasy. But Matt's going here. They're going to lose to the Ravens. We have the Ravens the favorite. We know that. Does anyone think that the Bengals could actually win the division, though?
Remember, the Bengals missed the playoffs by 1 game. They came out of the gates and lost. Anybody that played Survivor knows they lost week 1 to the Patriots.
Yeah, that's me.
So all they had to do was show up week 1.
Somehow, no matter how bad we think the Steelers are, they always wind up being halfway decent. It's amazing.
Here's a free crazy call. This is Tomlin's last year in Pittsburgh.
Oh, the curse of A-Rod.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see it.
You think about it, he's been there. This is his 20th season there.
Yeah, I don't think that's all that crazy, actually, to be honest.
Downgrade. Bold prediction. Lame.
That's why it's free. That's why it was free.
Oh, that was Matt's free pick of the day. I like that.
That one's in front of the paywall. You want that one in the paywall.
We do cheap crazy here.
Yeah. Nice. I like it. All right. Well, we got a 5-picker here. We got Bo at 1. We got Chase Brown at 2. And then we got the wide receivers, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, 1 and 10, respectively. T. Higgins, number 1, obviously, and Yoshivas in the top 30, as well as the Bengals finishing second in the division. Jeff, second crazy call. Go for it.
Yeah, this is going to be a little crazy. Last year I went crazy with the ETN RB1. Was way
the
off.
homer pick. I was waiting. Like, when are we going to get the homer pick? Here it comes.
It's the last one. It's the last one. This one's very wild, but you got to have fun with this. And if you get it right, awesome. If you don't, hopefully you forget. But Travis Hunter will finish ahead of BTJ. Let me tell you a few reasons why. I know, Maddie. I know. I'm drunk on the Kyle Pitts, but hey, here we go, though. Just hear me out for a second. BTJ with Trevor Lawrence last year through weeks 1 through 10 was receiver 11. Without Trevor, with Mac Jones. Who?
Mac Jones?
He was receiver 5. So he did better with Mac Jones and Trevor. And looking at preseason, Travis Hunter is playing the slot. Christian Kirk was receiver 12 and 22, and Ingram was tight end 2 and 23. Trevor likes to throw to the slot over the middle than going to the outside. He has a better completion percentage at 70% when targeting Christian Kirk and Ingram since 22, and has thrown more touchdowns. Fewer interceptions than throwing to the outside. So I look at this situation, new regime, their first pick, they trade up, they go get Travis Hunter. Liam Cohen last year with Chris Godwin, if he plays that slot role on a per-game basis, he was receiver number 2. So it's a crazy call and a homer pick, but wilder things have happened. So Travis Hunter over BTJ.
Duval.
Question mark.
Man, I'm such a BTJ homer. I mean, there's no chance I'm taking this. Sorry.
I no longer think I'm crazy.
No, you're crushing the stats tonight, Jeff, and I'm going to give you all this. I got my homer pick coming up next, but give me BTJ to the moon.
I know.
What's the over under on snaps for him in the slot running into NFL linebackers? I give him 12 snaps, 12 catches, being decked by an NFL linebacker, and he's not in that role anymore.
It's possible.
Yeah. Well,
That's my issue. It's not the talent. We always got the talent. He's extremely unique. He's doing something that a handful of players have even had the chance, opportunity to attempt. I agree with you, though, Derek. I think it's going to be cool. It'll definitely happen week 1 because they have to take advantage of it while they can. They're going to try it out. And if he gets smoked or it's just not successful, I see him on the outside at best. And then maybe halfway through the season putting him at corner. And more of like a 50-50 hybrid situation than like a receiver that plays some cornerback, like the opposite of Dion. You know, I just don't see it happen.
It'd make the Jaguars an exciting team to watch, but boy, I don't know. That's a hard one to come to grips with.
Matt or Jeff, I've asked you before, but I need an update. If you had to pick one, are you going peak of the career, Keenan McCardell or Jimmy Smith?
I'm going Jimmy. I'm a Jimmy fan.
Fair enough. You go big over little is my point. That's all I'm going to say. Big guy over little.
Dallas Jimmy Smith or Jacksonville Jimmy Smith?
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville Jimmy Smith was a nightmare. Are you kidding me?
Well, Dallas just let him go.
I know.
Yeah, he's Justin Blackman, but I mean, hell of a receiver. All righty. Let's get into our next bowl prediction. We got the homer pick. Dave, what you got? Crazy call number 2.
Crazy call number 2. I don't know if it sounds better that I screwed up the assignment or the dog ate the crazy call number 2. I actually slid what I thought would be my crazy call 2 into my NFL team slot. So you can move on to Derek.
Well, make one right now. Just make one off the cuff.
Dave, I'll give you a mulligan. We'll come back to you.
You want me to follow up Travis Hunter over Brian Thomas? Okay,
Hey, you can't.
It'd be that hard to do.
How about Russell Wilson will be a viable fantasy quarterback in 2020?
All right, move on to Derek.
Count it.
Unlimited.
I didn't think you could get crazier. I didn't think you could get crazier, but you just did.
Dave, how about this? Does Russell Wilson outpace Jameis Winston this year in New York? What do you think?
Oh, if Jameis Wilson starts for the Giants, it's over. I mean, they'll have their quarterback of the future in the top 3 picks of 2026.
We just built a crazy call organically. There it is.
Yeah.
Dave's crazy call is Jameis Winston is the team MVP for the New Jersey Giants at the end of the year. That's how you do it.
Darius Slayton to the moon.
I got you, man.
Yeah.
Throw it up. All right, Derek. What's your number 2?
All right.
Last year. This is going to be all negative.
You say that, but I've only had one negative call all night.
Yeah, but that's the one that sticks out.
Yeah.
Thanks to you.
Tupac said everyone focuses on the negative. He's right.
Yeah. So last year we had a breakout rookie tight end in Brock Bowers. Year before we had a breakout rookie tight end in Sam Laporta. This year's rookie breakout, who's going to shoot to the moon and the top of the tight end charts, is none other than Tyler Warren, Indianapolis Colts. Big frame, 6'6",
I'll tell you,
256.
My Scott Fish team will be happy.
Yeah, big frame, great hands, 104 receiving receptions and over 1,200 yards at Penn State as a senior. He's a prototypical tight end who can just come in and dominate, and I think he will because, frankly, whether it's Daniel Jones or that other guy, throwing the ball. Yeah, they're going to need to find someone dependable, and he's like to me, kind of fits a role like Evan Ingram does. You just throw the ball in the area, and he's going to bring it down. So I like this guy a lot. I think, he's going 10 or 11, tight end 10 or 11 in drafts, so he's not, certainly not coming out of nowhere. But the top end, as we all know, the top end of the tight end spectrum is elite company, and to be able to break into that group, he's going to have to put together a massive season, and I think he can do it.
You want to see something interesting about Tyler Warren? Go look at his stats when he was given the opportunity to run the ball out of the backfield. They trusted him enough to play running back, though he was the starting tight end. He ran wide receiver routes as well. He has got all skill sets on offense.
I absolutely love this. Derek, I thought I literally was going to do the exact same thing, but I was going to make Tyler Warren the tight end one because the previous two guys were the tight end one. And then I was like, that's just too insane to predict on any level. So I bailed, but I had the same exact thought. And Sam Laporta and Bowers last year were tight end one respectively. So, man, I mean, Kyle Pitts is going to be tight end one. And then you have the other guys, so I like top 5, but we could see him at tight end 1, which now we have an update. I like that. Well done.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. See, positive, well Matt. Positive.
Stay positive. Yeah, I love that. Count on Derek to throw some positivity. I mean, that's just kind of his vibe. You know what I mean? I like to hear that. All right. Really quick. This should go fast. We'll get into NFL as we wrap up the show. Somebody on the panel, anybody. You tell me what my second crazy call is. I already told you it's a homer pick. What is it?
It's Ricky Pearsall finishing in wide receiver 10 or better.
It's got to be Ricky P. Yeah.
Ricky P. What? Good, Matt. I like that. You just laid it all out. Anybody else?
Well, it's crazy. So I would say top 8. You'll say top 8. Yep, crazy.
And the words league winner will be in his crazy call.
Bold would be top 12. Crazy's got to be top 8.
Wow. Jeez. Okay.
Crazy would be this year's Jamar.
That would be insanity.
Oh, the triple crown. No, that would be Sky's drinking again.
Look at you guys. Look at you guys just speaking things into existence. Jeff, what do you got?
Brock Purdy, top 5?
Hey-o. I love it. All right. Let's say stop. My dog's chewing on me. Oh, thank you. All right. Crazy call. Ricky P, top 10. Styles knocks it down. Derek, I'm definitely moving him up to top 8. I like that. This is the type of guy that could be a league winner in your drafts. Give me ADP wide receiver 45. Folks, he's the starter on paper right now. He's the only person that catches passes outside of Christian McCaffrey, I guess. Healthy. That's not named George Kittle. Ricky P, a few years removed after a gunshot to the leg. We like that, right? That's the consensus in fantasy analysis. He's better in year 3 off a gunshot wound to the leg. Give me Ricky Pearsall, top 10 wide receiver, PPR, wide receiver 45 right now. It's kind of a joke, but it also is a joke because Brandon Ayuk's not going to be healthy until, quote-unquote, probably week 6. We know how that goes. Get out of here. Get out of here with that, Shanahan. Don't get me excited. He's going to take about a month to get back anyway, so Ayuk's done until week 10. Juwan Jennings is my man, but he's also battling issues right now. Kittle's going to be Kittle, Kittle's going to be tight end 1 this year. And then Christian McCaffrey, hopefully he's healthy as we go along, but Ricky P and Purdy are going to be nice. Give me Ricky Pearsall, top 10 wide receiver. Golf clap, I like it. Head nod, a golf clap, I like it. Fair. Not a triple crown, Dave, but all right, folks, let's get into our NFL predictions. We're going to go around the horn here. This, again, is not fantasy related. I mean, I guess it could tie into fantasy. This is football with commercials now. You like that? Do you guys like that? Now that we want more money, we're getting commercial. Never mind. All right. Big fan of the show. All right. NFL team predictions. Styles, you're on the clock. What do you got?
The San Francisco 49ers ride the easiest schedule in the NFL. They win their division. They get a bye. They win a playoff game, and they get boat raced by the Lions in the NFC Championship game.
That's not how I thought that was going to go. I got to be honest.
Seems like other than being the Lions, it seems like we've seen that script before.
Yeah.
But did we go the other way around? Wasn't it the Niners down by 3 touchdowns and then end up beating the Lions? That's what I like to see. All right. So the Lions end up in the Super Bowl, Matt? Is that what you're saying? Or
It's more about the Niners actually being relevant with that easy schedule. And I think what you said about Ricky Pearsall, I said it earlier, top 15. Ricky Pearsall is going to be a league winner. I would pay wide receiver 45 ADP right now. I would pay up by a round right now
At least.
to draft him. I believe he's going to be a league winner. If you can start with a Brian Thomas Jr. and a Ladd McConkey, and you come back with a Jacoby Myers as 3, and Pearsall plays at flex, say goodnight, Irene. It's over. And
then Dontavian Wicks, wide receiver 5, am I right?
Runs the best routes in camp. Can't catch a football.
Hey, man, Amari Cooper, same thing. It's all. Some of these guys can be good sometimes.
Yeah,
I like it, Matt. Your NFL prediction was about 93% awesome. So well done, Jeff. How about you?
I'm kind of piggybacking off my crazy call with the Falcons, but I think they win the NFC South. I like the Falcons with Penix running the show there. They scored 36 points from week 16 to week 18 under center. Their strength of schedule is 13th easiest. So I think I like the Bucs, but I'm not so sure with Liam Cohen gone, Baker, a lot of these receivers. I don't know how it's all going to pan out, but I'm going to do my ride and die with the Falcons winning the NFC South.
Boom. Now that is big-time football. Boom.
Man, I love it. And Dave, I love you, man, but I got to jump ship here. Derek, I'm going to cut you as well. We're going to have, for the third time on the show, the identical prediction. The Atlanta Falcons win the NFC South and win their first playoff game. So, if they win the division, that could be a wild card. Probably not. Let's hope that they have a real record and they get a bye and do all the things. But either way, they're going to win their first playoff game as well. I don't think that they can compete with the Niners or the Lions or the Packers, obviously, or Dak Prescott's Cowboys. So I don't think they're going to continue on deep in the playoffs, but I'm going to give them a home game because they won the division. Take somebody that's like actually good, like the Vikings or something, going down to Hotlanta and losing that first playoff game. Maybe it's Dallas. So I like the Falcons to win the NFC South as well and win the first playoff game also. That's my NFL team prediction, jumping the line a little bit. Dave, back to you.
Free entry to Magic City, by the way, during NFL play.
Okay, my my NFL team prediction is the Las Vegas Raiders will stay at least till week 17. I think they've got a shot to. Win 10 games this year. I was looking at their schedule. They've got 9 home games this year, and some of the teams they've got at home are the Bears, the Titans, the Jaguars.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, shots fired.
The Cowboys, the Browns,
Easy.
the Giants, and even when the Raiders are not good, they're usually competitive in their own division. So I could see them winning a couple of division games. And the thing that's kind of holding the Raiders back over the last few years is the defense has been pretty terrible. I'm looking at the defense that they've got this year, and they've got a lot of new faces. Their linebackers are all free guys they got in free agency: Jermaine Pratt, Landon Roberts, Devin White. They also got Jamal Adams, Jeremy Chin, Terrell Edmonds, and Eric Stokes in the secondary. And the thing to remember is that Pete Carroll made his bones as a defensive coach. He was a secondary coach when he was in college coaching, and then he became a defensive coordinator later. So he made his bones on the defensive side of the ball. And the staff he put together in Las Vegas includes Patrick Graham, who's done a great job with NFL defenses in the past. And I think they've done a lot of exciting things on the offensive side of the ball in the last couple of years. So I think the Raiders can stay in contention at least, and if not, get a wild card spot. And I see them having a path to win 10 games. A lot of the teams on their home schedule are probably rated right around where they are as far as power rankings go.
So earlier we talked about the AFC West. Dave, did you have the Raiders over the Chargers for third?
Uh-oh, Derek's asking for receipts.
Yep. So, I mean,
well, it's not unheard of, that three teams can, come out. All the wild cards can come out of one division. We've seen that before.
Not that shit-ass division. That's just West Coast trash pickup is what that division is. Seattle didn't even want to be in that division anymore.
Oh, God. Pete Carroll went to it, though. I mean, yeah. I love what Dave brought with all of the names and the excitement and the change. From a Green Bay fan that watched Eric Stokes for 3 or 4 years, they drafted him because he's fast. He's not fast and he can't cover. If he starts for the Raiders, they'll be lucky to compete on the defensive side. He's so bad, just awful. But we took Nate Hobbs from the Raiders. I don't know if that's good or bad either. Hey man, you guys got Josh Jacobs. That's
exciting.
Say it again. Oh, no, get the hell out of here. Should have been.
Scott,
I should have been
favorite running back. Guy's favorite running back of all time, Josh Jacobs. Raiders, Josh Jacobs.
Get out of here. Well, Dave, I like it. If they get 10 wins, the problem is in the AFC. I don't know if 10 wins gives you a bid. I see 10 teams getting 10 wins. Maybe we'll see what happens. All right, Derek, give us your final NFL team prediction. Let's roll out here.
Yeah, so for me, I'm going back to the NFC North where Matt alluded to when he was talking about the Niners. But instead of the Lions, I've got the Vikings winning the North with 13 wins, representing the NFC in the Super Bowl.
Oh.
However, getting trounced by the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills get their first Super Bowl championship this year over the Vikings. But the Vikings will dominate the NFC North this year.
Is that 0-4 versus 0-4 in the Super Bowl?
Yes, I was just going to bring it up, Matt. Well done.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know who loves a storyline more than this panel?
The NFL.
Roger Goodell loves storyline. Man, I might throw a couple bucks on Vikings and Bills just out of spite. I like that a lot. I mean, there's no chance.
That's what we condone betting. We don't condone betting on this show.
I didn't say that I did. I was just saying I might, leaving it open. Yeah. Crazy call. Yeah. I could throw a wager or two. That's all.
Because there is no way that we collectively Venmo money to Derek to place group bets. We don't do that. Nor will we have children involved in betting or our pets. None of that happens. We don't do none of that. We don't.
Nope.
No. Well, we will be getting preseason Super Bowl predictions coming up soon, and we already know what Derek's is. I like that a lot. So the Vikings go through the 49ers. Unfortunately, I could see that. Through the Packers, through the Lions, through maybe the Bears, through the Cowboys, as we talked about earlier.
Eagles?
Yeah. Through the Eagles.
And by the way, I do not any longer have Dante Culpepper at quarterback. That's my concern.
Or a sober Chris Carter.
Through the Commanders, through the Commanders as well. Yes. Yep. Vikings to the Super Bowl.
Wow. All right, folks. Well, hey, let's get done here in 5 minutes. Make it a 90-minute show so that Bob Goldman can go to sleep. I'm going to go back around the horn. No more analysis. I just want you to read off your 2 bowl predictions, your 2 crazy calls, your NFL prediction recap. Miles, I'm going to go with you if you're ready. If you're not, someone raise your hand and get it rocking. Then we'll roll out here.
Good. You ready?
Go.
Roma Dunze finishes higher than DJ Moore in PPR. Garrett Wilson is not a top 24 wide receiver because of Justin Fields. Ibuka and Golden will outscore McMillan and Travis Hunter in full PPR. Ricky Pearsall finishes as top 15 wide receiver. Crazy calls. Christian McCaffrey, Bucky Irving finishes wide receiver 1 and 2. Not necessarily in that order. Bengals will have quarterback 1, running back 5, wide receiver 1, and wide receiver 10 while finishing second to the Ravens in their division. And I'm out.
Nicely done. My bold predictions: Dak Prescott, a top 5 quarterback. Calvin Ridley, a top 10 receiver. Crazy calls. The Falcons will have 4 players: a quarterback, running back, receiver, and tight end, all finished within the top 10.
Who's the tight end?
Kyle Pitts.
That's right.
Stud. Last crazy call. Travis Hunter will finish ahead of BTJ. Homer pick. Lastly, Atlanta Falcons win the NFC South.
Dave.
I have Dak Prescott as a top 6 fantasy quarterback. Tyler Higbee as a mid tight end 2. Chuba Hubbard will be a running back 1 as my first crazy call. And my NFL team prediction is the Raiders will stay in contention at least until late in the season.
With, quote, 10 wins. I like it. Derek?
Yeah, Dak Prescott, top 6 quarterback with my good friend Dave.
I said the road to 10 wins is there.
Love it.
Yeah, Dak, top 6 quarterback. Omarion Hampton, rookie of the year finals, top 10 running back. Tyreek Hill is toast, or on the way to becoming toast. Tyler Warren is your rookie breakout tight end of the year, and Vikings win the North. Go to the Super Bowl only to get beat by the Buffalo Bills. And one last one, our good friend Bobby eats another pear this season.
It's going to happen, Bob. Live a little. Come on now. You're a married man. Have a pear. Jesus Christ.
He eats what his wife tells him. The wife's in charge now. Bob doesn't get to choose his diet.
Yeah, so he might eat 2 pears then.
Exactly. She might be fond of fruits. Who knows? I'll tell you what, if I was his wife, he'd be eating fruits. Just gonna say that. I'm just throwing it out there. That's it. That's all. All right, kids, let's wrap up the show here. Bold prediction number 1, Michael Penix, top 12 quarterback. Right now he's a QB 24. Bold prediction number 2, Alvin Kamara returns to whom he used to be. Top 6 running back. He's going as ADP running back 15. Crazy call. Travion Henderson, top 5 running back. He's going as an RB 20. Steal value. He's also a great kick returner, just like Kyler Williams. Crazy call number 2. Ricky Pearsall, top 10 wide receiver, ADP 45 right now. Get that value as well. And NFL team prediction: the Atlanta Falcons win the NFC South and win the playoff game as well, hosting someone as it goes. Folks, if you've learned nothing on this program, please get your vitamin, eat nutritiously, try new things. This is the Razzball Fantasy Football Show. Come for the analysis, stay for the fruit suggestions. We're off to have a wonderful, wonderful rest of our week and another preseason week as we get into real football just around the corner, everybody. You can find everything at football.razzball.com, all of our free articles and rankings being updated, all of our amazing tools also available there as well. Catch us right here on YouTube. Subscribe and hit that bell. Don't miss any of the action. Get ready for Sunday Lives. We'll be putting that as well. If you would like to be part of the Guillotine League or the Listener League, please make sure to hit us up on the DM on the Xbox or leave a comment in one of our articles. You can do that for free and let us know. Those spots are filling fast. Find us on the podcast at the Razzball Fantasy Football Podcast. Of course, you can find everybody at Styles08, Jefferson __21, Cruiser 128, and Derek _Favre. My name is Sky Guasco. You can find everything at RazzballNFL on X. It's always a pleasure, never a chore. We'll catch you next week right here on the Razzball Fantasy Football Show. For Matt and Jeff and Dave and Derek, I am your host, Sky Guasco. We'll catch you next time. Good night, everybody.